Hello, my little friends. Welcome to our very special story time. Today, we are going to take a magical journey to a very special night, a night full of love, miracles, and celebrations. Can you guess what night it is? It is the night of Janmashtami. Janmashtami is the birthday of Lord Krishna, a very special and playful god in Hindu mythology. He loved to have fun, and his stories are full of exciting adventures. So, are you ready to hear the amazing story of how Lord Krishna was born? So, let's begin. A long, long time ago, in a place called Mathura, there was a king named Kans. But King Kans was not a good king. He was cruel and made life difficult for the people of Mathura. The people were unhappy and lived in fear. King Kansa had a sister named Devaki. Devaki was kind and good hearted. One day, Devaki got married to a nobleman named Vasudev. Everyone was super happy, but suddenly something unexpected happened. During Devki's wedding, a loud voice echoed from the sky. It was the prophecy. The voice said, Kans, your evil deeds will come to an end. The eighth son born to Devaki will be your downfall. King Kans was terrified. He couldn't believe that his own sister's child would be the one to defeat him. So he did something really terrible. He locked Devaki and Vasudev in a dark prison and vowed to harm every child born to them. But even in the dark prison, something magical was about to happen. After years of sadness, on a stormy night, Devaki gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. This boy was no ordinary child. He was Krishna, the one who was destined to bring joy and end King Kansa. As soon as Krishna was born, the prison cell was filled with divine light. The chains that bound Vasudev broke open, and the prison doors unlocked on their own. The storm outside became even fiercer, as if the whole universe was celebrating Krishna's arrival. But how could Vasudev keep Krishna safe? He knew he had to take the baby Krishna to a place where Kans could not find him. And so he set out on a dangerous journey. Vasudev carried baby Krishna on a small basket. As he stepped outside, the mighty river Yamuna was flooding with water. But a miracle happened. The river parted and Vasudev walked across safely. On the way, a giant serpent named Adisesha appeared and spread his hood over Krishna to protect him from the heavy rain. It was as if nature itself was watching over the little baby. Vasudev finally reached Gokul, a small village where a kind couple, Nand and Yashoda lived. They were overjoyed to find the baby, and Vasudev knew Krishna would be safe with them. He left Krishna and Yashoda and returned to the prison with a heavy heart but filled with hope, because at the end of the day he wanted Krishna to be safe. Krishna grew up in Gokul and became the most mischievous, lovable child. He would steal butter, dance with his friends, and play his flute. Everyone in Gokul adored him, not knowing that he was the very same child destined to defeat the evil king. But Krishna wasn't just a playful child, he was also very brave and smart. Many times he saved the people of Gokul from danger. As Krishna grew older, he knew it was time to fulfill his prophecy. He went to Mathura and faced King Kansa in a fierce battle. With his courage and strength, Krishna defeated the evil king and freed the people of Mathura from his cruel rule. The people of Mathura rejoiced and peace returned to the land. Krishna had not only saved them but also taught them the importance of love, kindness, and standing up for what is right. And that, my little friends, is why we celebrate Janmashtami. It is not just a celebration of Krishna's birth, but also of the joy, love, and miracles he brought into the world. On this night, people all across the world pray, sing, and remember the amazing stories of Krishna's life. So, when you see the stars twinkling in the sky on Janmashtami, remember the magical night when Krishna was born is here. And maybe, just maybe, you'll feel a little bit of magic on that day too. So now I'm going to share some other stories, interesting stories of Lord Krishna. So, you know why was he called Makhan Chor? As Krishna grew up in Gokul, he became known for Makhan Chor. Now, what is the meaning of Makhan Chor? Makhan means butter, Chor means thief. So he used to steal the butter. You know why? Because he was in love with butter. So he loved so much that everyone in the village called him Makhan Chor. But Krishna didn't just steal butter to eat, he made it into a fun game. One day, Yashoda, Krishna's mother, was busy churning butter. Krishna, with his sparkling eyes and mischievous smile, kept eyeing on the butter pot. But Yashoda had already caught him sneaking butter several times, so she decided to teach him a lesson. Yashoda put the pot high up where she thought Krishna couldn't reach. But clever Krishna, he called all his friends, and together they formed a human pyramid. One on top of another, one on top of another, and that's how they made a pyramid. Krishna climbed on the top with a giggle, started eating the butter. Just as he was enjoying his butter feast, Yashoda entered the room. She caught Krishna red handed, his face smeared with butter. But how could she be angry at this innocent and playful face? So instead of scolding him, Yashoda smiled and said, Krishna, My little thief, you can have all the butter you want, but remember, it's always better to ask. And from that day on, Krishna promised to share the butter with his friends, making everyone happy. So, this story teaches us about the joy of sharing and how, even when you're mischievous, a loving heart and good intentions can bring joy and happiness to everyone. Now, I'm going to share the third story. First was on Krishna's birth, second was the Makhan Chor. Third is Govardhan Hill. Do you know what is a Govardhan Hill? It is a hill which was named Govardhan. So, as Krishna grew older, he became known for his wisdom and bravery. So, this was one such story where he saved the life of the people of Gokul, from the terrible storm by lifting a mountain. Yes, you heard me right. He lifted up the whole mountain. Every year, the people of Gokul would worship Lord Indra, the god of rain, to ensure good rains for their crops. But young Krishna questioned this. He asked, "Why do we need to worship Indra?" He would worship the Govardhan hill, which gives us everything we need. His innocent question made everybody think, what is he saying? The villagers got convinced by Krishna's wisdom, decided to offer their prayers to Govardhan hill instead of Indra. But Lord Indra was furious. He sent dark clouds and heavy rain to flood the village as punishment. The villagers were terrified and didn't know what to do. But Krishna, calm and composed, said, "Don't worry, I will protect you." And with that, he lifted the entire Govardhan hill and just in one finger, like an umbrella, shielding everyone from the rain. For 7 days, yes, you heard me right. For 7 days, Krishna held up the hill while the villagers stayed safe and dry underneath. Finally, Lord Indra realized his mistake and stopped the storm. He bowed to Krishna, recognizing that this little boy was no ordinary child, but the divine protector of all. This story shows us the power of faith and courage, teaching us that even the mightiest challenges can be overcome with wisdom and strength. So, now finally, the fourth story, Krishna and the poisonous serpent Kalia. One of Krishna's most thrilling adventures was when he saved people of Gokul from the deadly poisonous serpent named Kalia. This giant serpent lived in the Yamuna river, making the water toxic and dangerous for everyone. One day, as Krishna and his friends were playing by the river, the ball they were playing with accidentally fell on the water into the water. Without thinking twice, Krishna jumped into the river to retrieve it, even though everyone knew the river was dangerous because of Kalia. As Krishna swam in the river, Kalia emerged, ready to strike. The serpent coiled around Krishna, hissing and spitting venom on him. But Krishna wasn't scared. He started to grow bigger and stronger, and soon he broke free from Kalia's grasp. Krishna then climbed onto Kalya's head and began to dance. His movements were so powerful and graceful that they began to weaken the serpent. Kalia, realizing that he was no match for Krishna, begged for mercy. Krishna spared Kalia but ordered him to leave the Yamuna river forever. The water returned to the pure state, and the people of Gokul could safely use it again. Everyone rejoiced, praising Krishna for his bravery and compassion. This story reminds us that no matter how dangerous situation may seem, bravery and compassion can overcome any threat. Now I'm going to tell you what all can you do on Janmashtami. So number 1, you can actually help mama clean your room. Clean the home, decorate with flowers and lights, prepare a small jhaki. You know what is a jhaki? Jhaki is where there are certain things, events from Krishna's life. You can create a miniature setup of Gokul, Yamuna River, or Krishna playing with the gopis. That is a very good idea because mamas will also be fasting on this day because mama would be just eating fruits, chanting mantras and bhajans and read Bhagavad Gita. So it's time for you to sit with mamas and papas and understand those bhajans, those scriptures of Bhagavad Gita and enjoy with them. And also enjoy the makhan. Don't forget the butter. Enjoy the butter. You know how to make that makhan? In the butter, you put mishri and you can make kheer, you can make laddu, whatever you like, whatever sweets you can like, you can enjoy. So I hope you all enjoyed the story and had fun with it as much as I enjoyed in narrating these stories for you. I love you all. See you later. Love you, my little Krishnas. Love you, my little gopis. Bless you all. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. Stay happy. And enjoy this beautiful Janmashtami festival with joy and happiness. Spend with Mama Papa. Understand what they want to say and be with them. I love you all. Take care. See you.